Okay, so when you're given the graph of a polynomial and you want to find the equation for it, there's only really a couple things you can take from the graph, and those are the intercepts. So if I look at first the y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis, that's going to be at the point 0, -2. Let me change colors here, it's a little. And I have my x-intercepts. This is 1, 0, and this is -2, 0, and this is -3, 0. So I'm going to use my x-intercepts to come up with factors. So if I write my function out, it's going to be f of x equals, if I know my function crosses or touches the x-axis at 1, I know x minus 1 is a factor. Let me see if I can. Okay, -1. And if I know it crosses at x at -2, I know x plus 2 is a factor. And then -3, I know x plus 3 is a factor. Now, the second thing you have to keep in mind is it crossing or touching at each of these intercepts? Well, at the 1, it is touching. It like hits it and turns around. At 2, it's crossing. And at -3, it is crossing again. Sorry. So these are both crossing and this is touching. Well, what does that mean? When you have an intercept where the graph crosses, that means that factor shows up an odd number of times. So its multiplicity or its exponent must be odd. So we know when x at this intercept, x plus 3, it's either going to be x plus 3 to the first or x plus 3 to the third or the fifth, some odd number. So just for argument's sake, we'll just let it be 1. So this is going to be to the first. And the same is true for -2, 0. X plus 2 shows up 1 time. And now since I have a different situation here where it touches the x-axis, that means this factor is going to show up an even number of times. So I'll write that as x minus 1 squared. Okay. Now we're still missing some coefficient. There could be a coefficient in front here. And there is going to be one. First off, you can tell because my graph is opening down, right? Both ends are pointing down. So I know it's got to have at least some negative number in front. But I need to find what this, we'll call this A for right now. This coefficient A, we need to figure out what that's going to be. So I have my factors, that's all good and great, but I still need to figure out what A is. So the easiest way to do that is to use the y-intercept. So I know when x is 0, I should get out a y value of -2. So I'll let f of x be -2. I'm going to find a, and I'm just going to plug in 0 for each of these factors. So I get 0 minus 1, that's -1 squared. 0 plus 2, that's 2. 0 plus 3, that's 3. So I get -2 equals a times, this is going to be 1, times 2 times 3. This is a times 6. So if I divide both sides by 6, I get -1/3 equals a. So you could just write out your function like that. Like I say, they use y of x. So y of x is going to be -1/3 times x minus 1 squared times x plus 2 times x plus 3. I don't believe they want you to multiply that whole thing out. I can't imagine they would. So I'm pretty sure that it'll accept it if you just leave it written like that.